I would like to welcome all of the faculty and our special guests today on this annual occasion where we get to hear and participate in discussions about the state of the university, not only for Morgantown campus, but for our regional partners at Potomac State and West Virginia Tech. So at this time, it is my honor to introduce President Clements on behalf of the faculty and Faculty Senate. Please remember to keep your ringers off. I want to emphasize that point. Thank you, President Clements.
Good afternoon. Everybody doing okay? All right. Well, thank you, Leslie. And let me begin by thanking all of you for another incredible year, a year that has been marked by numerous records of success and advances in quality. I also want to thank the Board of Governors members. I see several of them here with us today, and all of the faculty, staff, and students who are behind the successes that we can report today as we continue to make great progress, really good progress, as a flagship land-grant university. Last year at this time, we talked about charting a new course for the future of our university, and we outlined 5 goals to meet the challenges of the 21st century. We re-envisioned a land-grant university nearly 150 years after the birth of the American land-grant system. Our goals are clear, and the need to advance them is urgent. Throughout our history, it has never been more important to develop practices and discoveries that will advance our state and our world in education, innovation, diversity, global engagement, and the quality of life. Let me start with a story that embodies the aspirations of our strategic plan. It's a story about a student who saw a problem and launched a quest to solve it. A student who saw suffering and searched for ways to end it. A student who asked a question and then followed a path of research and discovery to answer it. It's about a young inventor named Catherine Baumkamp, who was a student at WVU studying political science. Catherine grew up in a military family and lived in various military communities. As a teenager, she visited Walter Reed Hospital with her father. While she was there, she saw suffering of wounded soldiers, and it sparked the mind of a researcher in the heart of a teenager. Catherine wrote this about her experience. I've been exposed to a lot of the side effects of war, which many people overlook, forget about, or push to the back of their minds. But walking in the door of that hospital, the number of amputees that I would see was simply staggering. Many of them were not much older than myself, she said, and I knew that I wanted to somehow make their pain one less obstacle that these brave men and women had to endure. Catherine was young in age, but she didn't let that youth stop her desire to make a real difference. Amazingly, she researched phantom pain, its causes, and its remedies, and its relationship to the engineering of prosthetic devices. At the age of just 16, Catherine invented a prosthetic device that could eliminate phantom pain in amputees and dramatically change the lives of thousands of veterans and trauma victims. The empathy of this amazing teenager, coupled with her intellectual curiosity, now has the potential, literally, to change the world. When it was time to pick a college, Catherine could have gone anywhere, literally anywhere. However, she chose WVU. Catherine chose WVU, she said, because it encourages discovery and mentorship and a spirit of service-based research. The faculty, she said, can see the future in the eyes of their students. Catherine is currently working closely with her WVU mentors, including Mindy Walls, the director of the WVU Entrepreneurship Center, to turn her invention into a successful West Virginia business. Her work has received national attention. She is the first WVU student ever inducted into the Young Inventors Hall of Fame. And later this fall, she will be named as one of America's most amazing young women by a national publication. Catherine is here with us today, And I'd like you to help me welcome her to the podium to say a few words. Catherine.
Hello, my name is Catherine Bohmkamp, and I'm a sophomore political science major here at WVU. When I was 16 years old, I invented, developed, and patented a holistic prosthetic device that I call the pain-free socket, which has the potential to eliminate phantom pain in amputees through the use of thermobiofeedback embedded into the prosthetic socket. My father recently retired after a 20-year military career in the Air Force, and while he was on active duty at the Pentagon, I would go with him to visit Walter Reed Army Medical Center. While sitting in waiting rooms, I started talking with amputees, many not much older than myself. I heard over and over again about the phantom pain that they were experiencing and decided to research it further. Phantom pain is pain in a non-existent limb, caused by the brain still sending signals and commands down to a limb that's no longer there. I found that there is no medication approved on the market for this pain, and that amputees are most commonly prescribed antipsychotics and barbiturates, drugs that are both expensive and carry a high addiction rate. For my 10th grade science fair project that year, I decided to do something about it. My thought process for creating the pain-free socket was that when I pull a muscle, I apply heat to it. I wanted to see if the same logic could be applied to treating phantom pain, and as Dr. Burbaumer, a German researcher, concluded, it could. I embedded resistive wiring between 2 layers of the prosthetic socket and designed a wireless communication system for the device, allowing the user to set and control their own heat settings based on the amount of pain that they were experiencing. The heat stimulates severed nerve endings in the residual limb and forces the brain to focus on the heat rather than to continue to send signals and commands down to a limb no longer there. In 2009 and 2010, I qualified to represent the United States at the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair, competing against over 1,600 students from 30 countries. In 2009, I was awarded the 4th place Grand Award in the category of Bioengineering and Materials, and in 2010, I received special recognition from the International Council on Systems Engineering. Last October, I became the first student from WVU to be inducted into the National Gallery for America's Young Inventors, and I was recently named one of Glamour magazine's Amazing Young Women of the Year for my research. Deciding which college to attend is a major decision for any high school senior, but for me, the choice was not a difficult one. I knew I had to go to a university which could not only set me up for success academically, but could also provide me with the resources to take this project from the International Science Fair circuit to the business market, so that it could reach the people who needed it most. I don't believe I could attend any other university and feel as supported and as encouraged as I do here at WVU. WVU's Entrepreneurship Center has been instrumental in advancing the pain-free socket, which is currently being commercialized for the market, as well as given me the skills to make valuable connections to business leaders here in West Virginia. I recently became the CEO of a West Virginia company I created under which I'm marketing the product. I can honestly say that I have the most supportive and knowledgeable team of advisors possible. I'm excited about the future of my product, and I look forward to sitting down and meeting with the largest domestic prosthetic company later this month. I've spent enough time in West Virginia to realize how small of a state it really is, and I've never been part of a more inclusive, accessible, and intelligent community of people. During my father's military career, I've lived in 7 states, 15 houses, and attended 10 schools, kindergarten through 12th grade. So a strong concept of home is something I've never had nor experienced until now. West Virginia University is such an exciting place to be, as our faculty and students are truly creating and shaping the future. Before coming to WVU, I thought of my project as just that, a project. But now I think of it as a business opportunity with unlimited potential. I'm excited to be here and to play a role in shaping the future of our university through innovation. Thank you.
You know what? That's really what it's all about, right? Catherine, you're amazing. And as I look at her, you know that she represents the future. We should feel really good about the future if we have people like her making a difference. You know, Catherine is only a sophomore, yet she already, as you can tell, is an inventor. She's going to make a real difference in the world. You know, she's a stellar example of the important work that we do right here at WVU. All of you know great students like Catherine, students with the intellect and the drive and the potential to change the world. As faculty, you inspire them. And having been a professor in the classroom myself, I know that they inspire you. You make a difference in their lives, and you help them make their mark on the world. You truly do see the future in their eyes. Catherine's story is the story of research and the story of discovery aimed at making a difference in the world. It is an example of the human quest for invention. It starts with a problem to solve and ends with a practical solution that improves lives. It really is the story of our future. At WVU, our quest for discovery and application to the lives of West Virginians began nearly 150 years ago when President Abraham Lincoln signed the Morrill Act into law, ending an era when only the wealthy and the privileged could pursue higher education. The Morrill Act gave people from all walks of life the opportunity to learn and to transform their lives. And it gives the world access to knowledge that transforms society. 150 years ago, WVU helped students build practical skills that were needed at that time, mainly in farming and mechanics. Today, we are helping our students build the skills they need to succeed in the 21st century and the skills our nation needs them to have. In the early days, in what was still a largely agrarian society, land-grant universities developed new farming techniques, and they created cooperative extension services to disseminate those techniques. Today, we apply knowledge from nearly every field of the human endeavor to improve lives in West Virginia and the world. The land-grant system was a catalyst for our nation's industrial revolution, propelling us to world leadership in less than 100 years. Today, land-grant universities are vital to ensuring that all 50 states participate in the information age. And since land-grant universities were originally established in every state to focus on education, research, and service, together, we as the land-grant system form a powerful and important backbone to advancing our nation. This is a pivotal moment for our university, for West Virginia, for our land-grant system, for the nation, and for the world. Resource demands and environmental pressures are impacting our planet and industry. Nationally, we are facing economic challenges. Our state is fiscally sound, and we're very blessed for that. But we will only prosper in the years ahead if we raise our educational attainment levels, create new jobs, and promote a diversified economy. Not since the era of the Morrill Act has the need for land-grant leadership been so urgent. Today, as we honor our heritage, WVU is ready to lead the country in redefining land-grant innovation in the 21st century. So how do we define innovation? Innovation starts with creativity, but it doesn't end there. Innovation results in finding practical solutions to the problems that we face. It often starts as basic research, but results in amazing discoveries. Throughout history, innovation has pushed the frontiers of knowledge, fueling economic development, curing diseases, protecting our environment, meeting our energy needs, and making a better future for our children. Innovation is research. Research applied to the common good. Linking fundamental discoveries to real-world advances is perhaps the greatest and strongest contribution of the land-grant institution to society. Because innovation is so important to the future of the state, we have placed, as you know, a very high priority on growing our research programs here at WVU. The average annual sponsored research for the past 2 years has topped $175 million. That's because of the work that you do in this room and your colleagues. That represents a 35% increase over the previous 10-year average, a 35% increase. However, those numbers really are meaningless by themselves. You need to understand the potential impact that they represent. So I want to brag about you. I want to talk about a couple examples of your work. These are only a small set of the many things that I could say. A faculty team here at WVU earned a $5 million USDA grant to research childhood obesity, which is a major health threat, as you know, in this region. We cannot solve societal problems without truly an interdisciplinary approach. This program involves faculty members from Extension, from the Davis College, from the School of Medicine, and from the Regional Research Institute. Our nation needs new clean energy sources. Recently, researchers from WVU and the National Energy Technology Lab in Morgantown received the Oscar of Innovation for their work on a new technology that could vastly improve performance of solid oxide fuel cells as a new source of clean electricity. Since 1998, the West Virginia Dialect Project has been documenting language variations in Appalachia and teaching school children, community members, healthcare providers, and others about dialect diversity in the Mountain State and about how language works. Besides providing data for scientific research on language variation and change, the project fosters insights into our cultural heritage. The project recently received its third grant from the National Science Foundation. Our Center of Biomedical Research Excellence and Signal Transduction in Cancer received Phase 3 funding from the National Institutes of Health. This strengthens our research enterprise through sustained funding with a $5.5 million grant over the next 5 years to support core facilities and infrastructure in the very important fight against cancer. Even more than that, it shows that our researchers right here at WVU, under the direction in this case of Dr. Laura Gibson, a WVU alumna, excelled in the first two important phases of their work. Dr. Gibson's group has published more than 300 scientific papers in peer-reviewed journals, more than 300, and their contributions have changed science and transformed thousands of lives. Those are just a couple examples of what we do here, and it makes a difference. They are just a few examples of the work emerging from this campus, literally that is changing and impacting lives. And they exemplify the importance and the promise of a land-grant university like WVU. In fact, we value outreach so much that we are among just 6% of the institutions in the entire country that receive the Carnegie Foundation's designation of being highly engaged with the community. It's a very select group. We take it very seriously. Peter McGraw, who spent his distinguished career as a champion of the land-grant system, returned to Morgantown recently to kick off the Morrill Act anniversary celebration. While he was here, he said this, and I quote Peter, "The 21st century land-grant universities must be, at its core, an engaged university." Well, we are very much an engaged university. And we even go beyond our annual metric that shows every dollar the state invests in WVU, we put $40 back into the economy. We do much more than that, though. From helping local newspapers leap into the digital age, to helping families access legal help they couldn't otherwise afford, from expanding ultra-high-speed computer networks to involving high school students in astronomy and the search for pulsars. We also bring state-of-the-art health care to our great state. We have a nationally recognized academic health sciences system that delivers health care to West Virginians at more than 45 locations throughout the state. We also train the healthcare professionals of tomorrow and deliver research that offers hope to numerous families. The clinical, education, research missions combine forces in the land-grant vision and their impact is beyond calculation. We are integrating our hospital and our outpatient services on the Morgantown campus. WVU Healthcare is serving more patients inside and outside of Ruby Memorial Hospital than ever before. I want to thank Chris Kalinda, Chancellor for the Health Sciences, and the entire team of faculty, staff, and students in the WVU healthcare system for embracing the kind of outreach-centered teaching, research, and service that we all must pursue. Chris, I appreciate all that you're doing. Can you help me give him a round of applause? When it comes to outreach-centered work, WVU Extension is another incredible platform. Our extension service, as you know, is in all 55 counties in West Virginia, delivering vital information, services, and technical support in areas such as wellness, safety, leadership, and economic opportunity. At a time when some land-grant universities have drifted away from that fundamental mandate to apply knowledge through service, and trust me, it is happening, we've embraced it, and we won't step away from it. It's important to our mission. Our success through the work done by all of you has attracted national and international attention. I recently saw this firsthand when the U.S. Secretary of Commerce asked me to serve on the National Innovation Advisory Board. As you know, I'm the only university president serving on that board. The panel is leading a study in economic competitiveness and innovation in the United States. And it literally is my privilege to be there to promote the importance of higher education and academic research as the driver for innovation in this country. My experiences with this board have further emphasized the national need for novel ideas, novel methods, and products. At WVU, we have the discovery, we have the research, and we have the interdisciplinary potential to help satisfy that need. I had a wonderful opportunity to appreciate both the demand for innovation and our capacity to supply it. Recently, we hosted a panel on innovation, and some of the nation's greatest thinkers and greatest trailblazers expressed their ideas right here in this room about the role of higher education and the role it plays in driving innovation. Some of them, actually many of them, were our alumni, people who leveraged their education that they received right here at WVU to accomplish some truly amazing things. Their lives are a testament to the immeasurable value of education. And again, as I look out and I see fellow faculty members and colleagues, you're making a difference. You're really making a difference in a lot of people's lives. One of the presenters that day, Jonathan Hollyfield, who is the president and CEO of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, gave an impassioned case for access. Using a sports metaphor, he said, what land grants do is put more good players on the field, and the team who fields the most good players will win the game. Land grant institutions literally put millions and millions of America's best players on the field. Putting those on the field increases our probability of long-term, sustainable success as a nation. One of our greatest, Dr. Chuck Vest, President Emeritus of MIT and current leader of the National Academy of Engineering, called the land grant education system America's greatest idea. He said, there is no country in the world that has the equivalent of these huge public universities. They educate the vast majority of our young people, and they have achieved a quality of research and scholarship that is fully comparable to the older private institutions. I think he's right. Land grant institutions are a huge source of innovation and economic power for this state, this region, and this country. By staying true to our land grant roots and by becoming more agile in a new era, WVU is enjoying unprecedented levels of success. This summer, I had a chance to meet the editorial board of a major national publication. I was down in Washington, D.C. with Chris Martin and a couple others from the team. And at that meeting, the editorial board asked me how things were going at WVU. And I honestly said, I think we're one of the hottest universities in the country. I really do, and I believe it's true. As I told that local newspaper this weekend, I really love when I have the opportunity to brag about the work of the faculty, staff, and students done right here at WVU. We have a lot to be proud of. And we're in a unique position. As other universities, as you know, are cutting budgets, significantly cutting budgets, cutting salaries, implementing hiring freezes, and closing academic departments, we are doing just the opposite. We are adding 100 faculty members at a time when other universities are cutting back. We've provided nice salary increases and fully funded the classified staff schedule several years ahead of the legislative target. We're launching $300 million in capital investments and improvements. In keeping with our strategic plan, we will focus our investments in facilities for our students, their education, their research, and their scholarship, and that includes our growing graduate population. Nearly every academic area will see renovations or expansions, including engineering, law, sciences, the arts, and our libraries. The largest funded project in recent years, an $88 million Ag Sciences building forms the heart of a reinvention of the Evansdale campus. The facility investments will also include a new student wellness center, new outdoor green space and recreation space, much of which is already in use. I actually love going by the towers on Evansdale and looking at the tennis courts and the new rec fields, and it's not uncommon that they are usually used at capacity. An art museum with a permanent large-scale exhibition space, an additional research building for engineering, a new building for physical activity and sports sciences, a new greenhouse laboratory, and more. The list goes on. We're also launching, as you know, a new school of public health that will help to reduce the health threats that shorten lives and cost us billions of dollars. We are lucky today. I notice as I look out, Stu Robbins is here with us today. Stu and his wife Joyce made a personal gift of $1 million that was matched by the Research Trust Fund to create the first ever endowed professorship in that new school. Stu and Joyce also provided a $2 million gift to start a Center of Global Business and Strategy that will be created within the College of Business and Economics. Stu, if you don't mind, would you mind standing so we can thank you for your support? Honestly, we can't do the things that we need to do without support of people like Stu. We can't. But when we have their support, I think we can do great things. So Stu, to you and Joyce, we appreciate you very much. We are investing in our students with the help of the largest gift ever in support of graduate education. With this gift, we created the Ruby Scholars Graduate Fellowship Program to attract talented graduate students from around the country. We're also working to increase student success and promote diversity on our campus through efforts such as the Academic Stars program. This is an initiative out of the Center for Black Culture and Research that helps us to recruit and retain African American freshmen and helps them build a solid academic foundation while developing their leadership potential. I've had a chance to visit with the Stars students now my third time. They're incredible group of students who are going to do really, really well. The early retention rates of this program are outstanding. Potomac State continues to set new records in terms of the number of students that they serve. Enrollment there exceeds 1,800 students for the second year in a row. This year, we were rated number two in the entire country among public universities as the best places to do research. And what they talked about in that article was our collaborative nature, how we are willing to work together to make a difference. We were also listed in the top 20 best places to work in academia that appeared in the Scientist magazine. The AARP named us as the 5th best employer in the entire country for workers aged 50 and over. We were recognized as one of the most veteran-friendly schools in the country again, third year in a row. In U.S. News and World Report rankings, we appeared in the top 100 public national universities for the second straight year. We moved up 8 spots from 97 to 89, and we should celebrate that success. It's a positive movement. Our alumni and friends of the university are recognizing the impact of our work and investing in our future like never before. In the last fiscal year, we reached an all-time high in private giving, $96 million. Just last Friday, unfortunately, we lost one of those friends who believed in the life-changing power of WVU and provided numerous gifts to support academic growth, medical breakthroughs, athletics, and other areas. Mike Pushkar will be laid to rest this week. But WVU, this community, and this state will forever feel the impact of his generosity. He was a great man who made a great difference, and I couldn't imagine this place or this community without him and all that he has done. Financially, we're very sound. We have reaffirmed bond ratings and a growth in net assets. Putting these and so many other indicators together, we have good reason to be optimistic. There are a lot of things to celebrate. With this momentum, we are well on our way toward becoming an even stronger university with an even greater impact on the world. On that journey, the land-grant mission is our compass, and our 2020 strategic plan is the map that will guide us in our next steps. I'm pleased to report to you that we are advancing on the goals of the strategic plan, and we have real tangible outcomes just in the first year. In terms of academics, we are making progress on our goal to double the number of nationally ranked academic programs. The College of Business and Economics and the College of Law each enter the top 100 in the U.S. News and World Report rankings. The School of Pharmacy is ranked number 32. In the health sciences, our rural health program ranks number 7 nationally, and we rank in the top 50 for primary care. We have invested in 53 new faculty positions over the last 2 years. The first 30 were in the humanities and the sciences, where additional scholars and educators were needed. The next 23 now being recruited are aimed at growing our STEM disciplines and our STEM research. We are planning to hire another 20 strategically to grow our scholarship and engagement across all disciplines. It is important to emphasize that it takes all of our disciplines, to truly advance as a university and to advance the goal to foster innovation. Innovation, as you know, requires creativity. It requires analytical thinking and communication skills, all of which we nurture through a comprehensive curriculum. In keeping with our strategic plan, we have more than doubled internal funding for faculty scholarship in all disciplines. These initiatives will contribute to our goal of reaching the highest Carnegie level, and we will reach the highest Carnegie level. Our next steps are clear. We will identify specific research areas of strength and opportunity. We will focus our resources strategically in these areas with new faculty lines, professional staff, and postdoctoral support. We will allocate the resources needed as seeds for success. We will require plans and monitor metrics to ensure that our continued investment in each area is made wisely. Every penny and every person on this team is precious as we work towards achieving our goals, so accountability will be a priority. To that end, we will align the resources of the university and of the Research Corporation to ensure that our initiatives have meaningful support. Our search for a new vice president for research is moving forward. We will require vigorous leadership and vision and seek external funding for scholarship from new sources, and we will team with new external partners. We will re-engineer the way we support our faculty, our staff, and our students who are engaged in research. We will mentor new faculty hires so that they will succeed. And we hire faculty. The goal is to help them succeed and to excel. And we will also provide opportunities for the development of our staff. Before we finish talking about research, I'd like to take a moment just to congratulate everyone who helped us earn the reaccreditation of our human research protection programs. It's a very rigorous review process. It comes from an independent, nonprofit accrediting body that ensures organizations like WVU meet rigorous standards for the quality and safety as they relate to human research protections. Very important step in the process. I know a team of you worked on that. It's a great success. We're also advancing the goals of the strategic plan related to engagement. There's been a lot of talk about that lately. I want to give you an update. We'll be starting 3 high-level work groups to create a system of coordination for outreach to West Virginians around 3 key themes. First, quality of life. Second, lifelong learning. Third, economic opportunity and policy development. We already have numerous excellent related efforts, but they are too often ad hoc and sometimes not connected with some similar activities. By coordinating our work better, we will help those outside the university connect with us more efficiently, and we will help those inside the university find new partnerships that expand our potential. Also, in the spirit of collaboration, we will be creating a new structure for engagement, which includes extension. We will give this part of our mission more prominence and infuse it more into our strategic discussions that connect the teaching and research facets of our land-grant mission. Engagement and extension will be connected more closely than ever before with the deans and the colleges. To this end, and Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong, to this end, we will search for and hire an associate provost for engagement to lead us in the outreach goals of the strategic plan. This position will lead our quality of life, lifelong learning, and economic development opportunities and energize our extension services, where we will also conduct a search for a new leader. This new internal structure is exciting and an essential part of our long-term commitment to serving the state with a more coordinated and interdisciplinary approach. To bolster our engagement work, I'm also announcing an initiative that will help us to serve West Virginia in new ways. In the coming months, you will have an opportunity to submit proposals and interdisciplinary projects, or proposals for interdisciplinary projects, to serve the critical needs of West Virginia. We will fund several of these this year. Provost Michelle Wheatley will lead this initiative, which we will begin immediately with a dedicated effort to support K-12 STEM education and the development of the pipeline, STEM pipeline in our state. Michelle, I really appreciate all that you are doing over the academic enterprise. As many of you know, I've been a little busy with a couple other activities related to the university in the last couple of weeks, but Michelle keeps the academic engine running. And Michelle, I just want to say thank you for all you do. In the America Competes legislation and the Rising Above the Gathering Storm report from the National Academies, it is clear that America needs more graduates with STEM expertise. We will help to build the pipeline, and we will help the next generations of West Virginians prepare to thrive in a new economy. We will back this pledge up with real action. We will be adding several professional positions with a year-round focus on supporting youth-based STEM programming. This will support and build upon the incredible work of professors like Dr. Earl Seamy, who leads the Youth Robotics Project. These new positions will expand on the efforts that Extension took recently by hiring Dr. John Kessel, our new STEM education specialist. He is the first person to hold that position, and he was hired as part of our initiative to add faculty lines in strategic areas. Dr. Kessel is reaching out to kids and showing them that they can have fun with math and with science, and that there are many exciting careers that exist in those fields. Our 4-H program is integrating STEM education into everything its participants do, from club activities to camps. In fact, every 4-H camp, as I understand it this past summer, and I had a chance to visit a 4-H camp, but I understand that every single camp includes a STEM component. And this summer we reached more than 11,000 kids, more than 11,000 kids. In less than a year, Dr. Kessel has already tested many hands-on educational experiences. Kids in West Virginia have used forensic science to solve the mystery of who stole the strawberries by extracting DNA and analyzing fingerprints. Now that's pretty cool. They have engineered and launched rockets. I've seen pictures. It's pretty cool. They have built and programmed robots out of Legos. Dr. Kessel is developing a WVU STEM Ambassadors program as well. And various colleges and departments are joining that program and providing expertise that will be delivered to the youth of our state at 4-H events. Dr. Kessel is here with us today in the front. I ask that you please help me thank him for all that he is doing. And you know, speaking of 4-H, as I look out in the audience today, I see a former 4-H'er. Many things happen in 4-H, and we know that 4-H can transform your life. It did for this fine gentleman because he met his wife, Jo, in 4-H camp. And he has become, and his wife have become, some of our best friends and most special supporters and greatest donors of this university. Ben, we thank you for all you do. Ben Statler, can you please help me thank him? And Ben, I think my wife Beth would agree that your greatest success in life was probably meeting Jo in that camp. So, we have a second initiative being launched around the commitment to coordinating our efforts that serve the critical needs of our state. The opportunities and challenges of natural gas in the Marcellus Shale and in the future Utica Shale presents one of the most significant issues West Virginians will address and face in our lifetimes. As a land-grant university, it is our fundamental responsibility to be part of the process. We can't stand on the sidelines. We need to be part of the process through education, through research, and the service expertise that we have to offer on this campus. We have many disciplines where our expertise provides objective analysis and science. We must use that expertise to help our society. The governor and other state leaders have declared that responsible development of shale gas in West Virginia is critical to the economic development and well-being of our state. And so we are establishing a Marcellus Gas Shale Initiative to serve as a clearinghouse for the wide range of expertise and intellectual power that our faculty, staff, and students have and that they offer from many different disciplines. Dr. Tim Carr has been appointed interim director of this initiative. Dr. Carr is our Marshall S. Miller Energy Professor of Geology. Before coming to WVU, Dr. Carr was the Chief of Energy Research and Senior Scientist for the Kansas Geological Survey. His expertise has been recognized at the national level, and he is currently the President-elect for the Council of Energy Research and Education Leaders. Dr. Carr is here with us today. Would you please help me recognize him, Dr. Carr? We're also advancing our goals of supporting student and faculty success. Over the past year, Academic Affairs has invested significant resources in order to assist students who are not yet ready for the rigors of college work. This has included reinvigorating the Resident Faculty Leader Program, designing a competency-based orientation class, and forming a cross-college retention to graduation council that will use predictors to create strategies that will raise college success levels. In the years ahead, our efforts will expand to enhance the success of high-achieving students so that they can transition to graduate school and professional schools. Under discussion is a Center for Seamless Student Success that will provide advising in STEM and pre-health professions, as well as assist graduate students and professional students with attaining prestigious fellowships and grants, and help them to improve professional writing and communication skills. Our NSF Advance Grant, something really special on this campus, has led to training on how to conduct faculty searches that encourage diversity. All departments are now who are receiving faculty lines are required to participate in the training and share best practices. In addition, we are engaging with the departments on effective ways to mentor junior faculty. When we bring them in, we don't want to lose them. We want to keep them here, and we want them to be successful. Especially focused in that program are faculty members from underrepresented populations. In every step we make towards achieving our strategic goals, faculty and staff input and leadership will be critical. I urge you to be involved, suggest ideas, critique the plans, and participate in new initiatives. Since much of our strategic success will rely upon new systems and new structures, we have appointed key leaders to several roundtable groups. They are building new communication lines, breaking down silos, advancing the plan by first addressing how we need to align our structures with our strategic priorities and to improve our systems to better support the work done by our faculty and staff. The Global Engagement Roundtable, chaired by Dr. Zito Sartorelli, Dean of the College of Business and Economics, will recommend that we double the number of international students that we have on our campus. They have already identified best practices in developing global relationships and creating international experiences for our students. Very important in this day and age. We will take action on those recommendations. The Research Roundtable, which Provost Michelle Wheatley and Chancellor Chris Kalinda co-chair, is completing a detailed study of our research resources, our strengths, and the national research climate. This analysis lays the groundwork for a partnership that the new Vice President for Research will put together as he plans or she plans to advance our research agenda. This month we will announce 4 additional roundtables. 3 of those have already been mentioned: quality of life, lifelong learning, and economic opportunity, which are truly at the heart of our land-grant mission. They will strengthen our commitment to engagement and to outreach with an energized extension services and broaden participation by faculty, staff, and students. We will also soon announce a diversity roundtable to promote a more inclusive culture on our campus, a more respectful workplace, and ways to advance the recruitment and retention of minorities in all constituencies. Faculty involvement will also be critical as we go through the process of reaccreditation. It's a big process. That is being done with the Higher Learning Commission. Our goal is to dovetail this process with the ongoing quality improvements made through our strategic plan. We will need faculty to help us assess and improve general education and discipline-specific programming at all levels. I thank the faculty senators who are already taking the lead in examining the curriculum. While this is clearly an extremely complex process, and it is, the outcomes literally will affect tens of thousands of students for years to come. We're also working with the Staff Council to promote a positive, respectful workplace for all employees and all students, and I want to thank them for their work on this important initiative. In the coming year, we will be working with campus constituencies of WVU Tech, our Board of Governors, the Higher Education Policy Commission, the legislature, and our state leaders to review recommendations that were just received from an outside panel related to WVU Tech, which was separated from the two-year community and technical college component by legislation in 2008. As you can see, overall, we're off to a very strong start in pursuit of our 2020 strategic goals and vision. We are taking action to bring our 21st century land-grant university directly to the people we serve. Why are we doing this? Because each life that you touch and each life that we touch has the power to change so many other lives. Consider the students in the McNair Scholars Program at WVU. This federally funded program provides first-generation and underrepresented students, prepares them for graduate education, and it's literally thriving on our campus. It provides life-changing opportunities to the talented students who participate. Our McNair graduates have accomplished some truly amazing things. Of the 126 McNair alumni since the year 2000, 110 of them are pursuing or have obtained a graduate degree. That's 87%. 87% who have gone through the program have gone on either to study or have finished a graduate degree. It's amazing success. I want to point out just one of those alums. Angela Grabuloff is one of the students who went through that program, and she described the sinking feeling she had during her first week in the McNair's program several years ago as she learned the basics of scholarly research. She said that she felt she was in way over her head, and she didn't know where to turn for advice. She quickly learned, however, that faculty members like Dr. Betty May, Assistant Director of the Scholars Program, they were there ready to serve as guides and mentors. Angela went on, after struggling that first week, went on to earn her doctorate right here at WVU. After that, she spent 2 years teaching children in Native Alaskan communities. Now, she's sharing her passion for education with a new generation, your children and mine, at Morgantown High School. Is she here? Jen, is she here with us today? Not here with us today, but she's an example of the life-changing work that we do here at WVU. Like Angela, our graduates put their education and their scholarly experience to work, improving and transforming the lives of others. Our alumni include trailblazers in nearly every field and every endeavor. And you know what? They speak of the excellent education they received from their faculty members right here at WVU. One more example. Sarah Lovell Solomon, who graduated only 4 years ago, recently created a $25,000 endowment in honor of her WVU faculty member, Dr. Wills Cooley, Professor Emeritus in the Lane Department of Computer Science and Electrical Engineering. It was Dr. Cooley who encouraged Sarah to make a study abroad trip to Morocco. After graduating from WVU, Sarah earned a master's degree at Cambridge and received a prestigious fellowship from the National Academy of Sciences that led to work in Iraq. Her chain of success has continued with her current role with the Defense Intelligence Consulting firm. She says her study abroad experience and her undergraduate research opportunities gave her the confidence she needed to seek and find her dream job, and inspired her to fund a scholarship to give others the same opportunities that she had, all well before her 30th birthday. Providing opportunities for the generations that follow is the very essence of what we do. It really is all about making a difference. And there is nothing better than to see it manifest in our students. Like Sarah, every young inventor that we encourage and every young researcher that we help has the potential to grow our economy, to transform our healthcare, and to improve our quality of life. Every person that we inspire with the joy of learning does have a chance to change the world. We can see the future in their eyes, and we all know that the future is in their hands. For those of us who are privileged to serve the land-grant mission, we are facing a pivotal moment. Our state, our nation, and our world needs us more today than ever before. They need the innovative power of higher education. They need the knowledge that you create. They need the graduates that you inspire. Your work is the essence of what it means to be a 21st century land-grant university and what it means to be WVU. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve here with you at WVU, and thank you for the incredible job you do. Thank you.